Thank you for taking the time to meet with us today. We're going to be speaking about Alto, specifically around multi-tenancy for vCenter with Alto. My name's Josh Woodenow. I'm the accounts manager for Alto. Joined with me is Phil Yagi, our sales engineer. He's going to be taking you through a quick demonstration of multi-tenancy for specifically, like we said, vCenter with Alto. Quickly, I'm going to go through a overview of Alto, what we do, who we are, and then, like I said, we'll jump into a demonstration of the solution. So quickly, basically what we are is our Alto's mission is to help service providers enable their customers and team remote access to their private cloud business, to increase sales, automate the provisioning for manual tasks, and specifically track the usage and meter to simplify billing and eliminate revenue leakage. Today's webinar is going to speak about the dashboard. So being able to enable your customers, your team to purchase new resources, provision those new resources, and allow them secure access. The platform scales to support multiple data centers, and we're going to offer customized access for each customer and user, which Phil will elaborate more throughout the demonstration. Like I said, Alto platform it's going to include role-based access for customized user roles and permissions. Again, Phil's going to take you through a demonstration and elaborate a little bit more on how we achieve this. We natively integrate with VMware. So we do integrate with the vCloud Director, vCenter. We do have an integration with Veeam for backup, and specifically for billing at this point, we have an integration with ConnectWise Manage. We're constantly building out new integrations within the upcoming months. We'll explain that more, and we can discuss that if you'd like to discuss that a little bit more after the webinar. Our problems that we typically hear from our customers or from MSPs, CSPs, is they're looking at ways to provision private clouds faster. So we're able to offer a way that your customers can purchase through a marketplace, automates the provisioning so they can make changes to their ongoing services, purchase new services at a faster rate. We also have a service called Excise as a service, where you can display all your managed services, professional services for increased sales. On a business side of things, customers are asking, like I said, for more self-service and a flexible usage-based billing. So you can also offer more of a public cloud type of service where your customers can purchase services or resources, use them for any given time, and then drop them back down when they're not needing them. But everything's metered and tracked. A lot of times what we hear and why we developed the solution is our customers are having billing problems and losing revenue, not be able to track those resources. So when they make their purchases in Alto, the services are immediately tracked and reported and fed for your billing system. So our three pillars of Alto, which Phil again will take you through, is our marketplace, where you can display all your services. Once the services are purchased, they're provisioned and automate the provisioning and the metering and usage portion of these services. Phil's going to now explain the multi-tenancy for your MSPs and how it works. Over to you, Phil.
Hi, everyone. Out of the box, multi-tenancy for vCenter is pretty hard to achieve with user roles and permissions within vCenter. Alto is a SaaS application that sits on top of vCenter. And what we do is we create customers in Alto that get assigned objects in vCenter. So objects such as folders, networks, and catalogs. And they have access to these objects only. So we sit on top of vCenter, vCloud Director, and create this multi-tenancy contract by associating different objects in vCenter. So Alto is a multi-tenanted platform. You can create a basket of solutions or services in the marketplace where you set up your pricing there, and your customers purchase those services or solutions directly through that marketplace. The automation behind our anything as a service in VMware can automatically provision these workloads and allow the customers to manage their own workloads. We track and meter all of the resources to the second on the back end, whether they happen through Alto or directly within vCenter. And we create a nice little report that you can feed to a billing system or integrate to ConnectWise Manage. to keep your agreements automatically there. We also offer obviously auditing to track every change or everything that's happening on the platform, granular role-based access control to set up your users and give them the permissions, what you want them to do on the platform. We've got built-in notifications to users on the platform as well as emails. And the portal is completely white label, brandable, and can support multi-CNAME records. So if you want to brand a portal independently for each of your customers, that can be done. Alto is a company that's operating in the open API world, these RESTful APIs, and we believe that an extensible architecture will help us, or has helped us, integrate quickly to different products and vendors out there. We are in a position to keep releasing new integration points, and we have a list of our potential coming soon. I'll jump right into a demo here. Please allow me to share my screen for a moment. So multi-tenancy on vCenter. I'm logged into Alto, and first thing we do typically for onboarding a customer is set up a customer in the portal. Just to give you a bit of an idea, if you were to deploy this into your VMware data center, we deploy a lightweight virtual machine appliance that lives in your data center that acts as an API proxy between our SaaS application and vCenter and your infrastructure that's not exposed to the customer. Once that virtual machine is deployed, we can configure Alto to communicate with it, and then we start creating customers in Alto. So I've got about 5 or 6 customers here that have been set up. And the mapping and giving them access, this is the multi-tenancy, can be done really easily through a client management section where you basically map folders that contain virtual machines of your customers, or they could be resource pools as well. You map them to customers within Alto, and the virtual machines within those folders can be individually mapped as well. You map them to different networks that are in your network objects that are in your vCenter. In this case, we have an internet distributed port switch that every customer has access to, and then each customer has access to their own LAN networks. And you can do many to one or a one to many mapping here. So you can give a lot of flexibility to which network objects these customers have access to. And when working with resource pools, you can create catalogs of virtual machine templates that your customers can use to deploy virtual machines within those resource pools. Once this mapping is done in effect, is completed, you've effectively created multi-tenancy around vCenter. Looking at this customer here, big designing, when they log into their portal, they can see only the virtual machines in the folders and the virtual machines that you've mapped to them. And these are baskets of the virtual machines that they have here. So they get a little snapshot. They can see all the virtual machines that are running in your private cloud, what state they're in. Is it powered on, powered off? How much RAM, CPU, and storage is being consumed by that virtual machine? You have a quick snippet of the power states, and you can drill into the virtual machine itself to get more data. So we can look at the hourly consumption here of RAM, CPU, storage, but you also have historical graphs. So you can see how this workload has been changed over the years, so the up and down consumption of RAM, storage, and CPU. You get your regular VMware virtual machine controls here: start, graceful shutdown, stop, reboot, and you can hit the console as well and get access to the virtual machine very simply. You can see a quick snapshot of the networks, the disks, the network cards, and the snapshots that have been taken for this virtual machine. We can even change a virtual machine very quickly. Let me get to this virtual machine is not powered on. We go modify, and you can really use just sliders so long as you understand the basic mechanics of virtualization, so RAM, CPU, and storage. You very easily, as a user, make changes to this workload without really being a VMware certified professional. And because the marketplace comes with a basket of goods that you price, the user can see instantaneously what this new cost for this workload is going to be. They hit modify virtual machine, and this virtual machine gets automatically provisioned, automatically modified, and once it's modified, we can see the new usage. power it on, connect to its console, and keep working as we were. Let me show you the marketplace. So the marketplace is a tailored marketplace custom to every one of your customers, and you create a basket of solutions here, private cloud solutions that you make available for them to purchase and consume. These solutions can be anything from a virtual machine in vCenter, a resource pool in vCenter, and if you're using vCloud Director, we can even get into virtual data centers for the customer that they can purchase, as well as edge gateways using an SX, where they can manage a firewall. We also have a construct called X as a service, or anything as a service, which is a sophisticated form builder that I'll get into later as I show you these. So as a customer, if I need a new workload, I go to the marketplace, pick the tile I want, and configure this workload as desired. You can pick the RAM, the CPU, and which data stores I've made available for this workload. And pick the networks that are available for this customer. And we get a little snapshot of how much this VM is going to take, and hit purchase. So as soon as you click OK, our SaaS application is going to require some API calls that are completely TLS 2.0 encrypted or SSL encrypted to the lightweight virtual machine appliance that's been deployed in your data center, and that VM will proxy the API calls securely back to your own vCenter. Depending on how fast, it can take a minute or two to provision this virtual machine, this workload. Often depends on storage speed and the size of the template that it's copying from. And once it's provisioned, this resource is now accessible to the user. Alto is tracking everything that's being consumed, and will have all that in its reporting. Another of those solutions I was showing you were an Excise Form. So a lot of times, helping your customers and your staff interact, so automating the front office workflows, so getting all the information they need to submit a request and fulfill upon a request. So in this case, this would be an additional public IP address for an edge gateway. Very simple form. You can say how many IP addresses they are, their price, and hit purchase. And this will trigger a workflow. Basically, it's going to send a notification to a user in Alto, or an email address to an email bucket or a specific email address to say that this user will have requested this public IP address. Then the technician can go ahead, review that all the information's there, go do the work on the firewall, and then approve the service. And once that service is approved, the pricing workflows will kick in, where Alto will track that. In terms of tracking, our integration with ConnectWise is one of our highlights here, one of our main differentiators. If I look at this company, Big Design Inc., that I was showing you before, every workload for Big Design Inc., so all of these workloads here, will be tracked under a master agreement, this private cloud services agreement. Set up the agreement, the integration with ConnectWise Manage. You pick a company and you map it to a customer in Alto, and then you point it to a master agreement. Then every service that's purchased from the marketplace shows up as a bundled edition in this product, bundled agreement in this product, and then each bundled agreement will have an addition that represents the values of the resources being consumed, so CPU, RAM, and storage. Alternatively, you can get exported a report here for all of your customers. When, as a service provider, you can get a detailed view on your data center, how much you've been billing so far for the month, and based on current usage, what the expected or estimated revenue you'll generate for the rest of the month. You get a breakdown on a per customer basis, what they're generating in terms of revenue for your business, and then you can drill in and get each individual workloads and see how much revenue is generating, and then drill into those and see any resources that are being billed, and get an even more in-depth look and seeing what happened to these resources when they were billed, at what rate, and how many quantities. Also, for those who like to massage and understand the data themselves, you can generate, here let me generate a report for last month, and generate that report. Alto will compile an Excel spreadsheet for you, really neatly and organized. I'll give you essentially everything that's happened throughout that last billing period. Let me open up my Excel spreadsheet here and switch my screens. Bear with me a moment.
Bill, we had a quick question while you were doing the demonstration. One of our attendees asked, can you change resources of a powered on VM as well? Be able to touch base while that's loading?
Yeah, certainly. We follow all the rules that vCenter follows. So vCenter, it does allow for hot swapping of RAM and disks and things like that, but they don't allow in every circumstance. You need to have the right guest operating system installed with the VMware tools installed, and there's some limitations to how much the amount of resources that it can be changed at a given time. So long as that adheres to vCenter specifications and you can make those hot swapped changes while the VM is powered on in vCenter, you can do that with Alto as well. So as I was talking here, every customer has their own services grouped under their own tab here, so it's easy to keep that data organized. Big Design Inc. was a customer that we were looking at, so you can have an idea of here. Let me maybe do a freeze paint, so it'll be easier to track. So you can see every workload, their name, a date, for the event, if it was purchased or deleted. You can see the properties, so storage, capacity of RAM and CPU, and you can see the unit that was being consumed during that month, what the price of that solution was, how long it was lasting for, and then you get to see a neat little total for every individual line item that are rolled up into a total for the given service that rolls up to a total for the customer. So it's really easy to take this data and assess what's happened in your environment and get an idea of how Alto's made these calculation costs in the front UI. So in a nutshell, that's really what Alto does for vCenter and how we achieve multi-tenancy and the capabilities that you'll get to witness with Alto on your vCenter. I like to call this publifying your private cloud, where you provide some of these public cloud capabilities that a lot of customers are now looking for and expecting from their service providers. So I hope you enjoyed the demo, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take them.
So we're just going to briefly finish up here. There's a couple things I just want to touch on, and then after that, like Phil said, we can answer any questions. At this time, if you want to put your questions in the chat screen, we'll discuss that ongoing. So very simply, if you're looking to try out Alto, we do offer a 1-week trial or proof of concept of the service. Very easy for implementation. It really takes about an hour or two to install Alto, but after 24 hours, you're going to be able to see your metering, your usage, to see if there's any revenue leakage within the company, and just have a better understanding of your cloud business. So a quick summary, with Alto, we're going to be able to help you grow the cloud businesses, your cloud business, by having all your resources or services in one place. Your customers can go and provision new services, make adjustments to ongoing services, but you can also display your professional services, your backup services, all in one place for a better, greater upsell opportunity. Our customers, have talked to us, and we've gotten feedback that even by using this Excise as a service, they've been able to increase their services or revenue by about 20%. So again, we're going to be able to speed up that service delivery with the automation, being able to provision their services in minutes rather than having to go through a sales staff or go through your NOC or, talking to an engineer to provision those new services. So we're definitely going to be able to increase those labor savings just by that alone. Not having to have an engineer or sales staff get in the middle if you want to have that as a self-service portal. We're going to be able to eliminate error when building. Obviously, we're going to be able to track and meter all those resources. So we'll understand, when they're getting increased each month, when they're getting decreased, you're going to have a better insight as to what's going on. So a greater return on investment. I see we have a couple questions here. Just going to go through the first one here. So definitely, yes, we do have a free trial. What I'm going to do is pull up the next slide. If you like, you can schedule some time with Phil and I. We can understand your use case, have a quick conversation, and then talk about setting up the free trial. Like I said, it's about a 1 week free trial. We'll just need to understand what exactly you're looking for, and we set that up with our customer success team. So the next question, do you have any comparisons of High Alto versus other similar solutions you can send me? Well, of course, if you'd like, I will have your name here, and I will send you some information as soon as we are done with the demonstration today. Can you manage NSX or T-Edge services via the UI? Bill, did you want to touch on that one?
Yes, certainly. We wrote to the vCloud Director APIs for managing NSXV. So using High Alto, you've got all the functionality that you'd expect through vCloud Director for managing NSX. So creating firewall rules, NAT rules, IPsec, VPN gateways, as well as SLVPN, all of that stuff.
I know we went through very specifically multi-tenancy today, but if you want to schedule some time for a deeper dive with Phil and I, like I said, there on the screen you can give me an email or even book right with my HubSpot meetings. Phil and I can take you through a full walk through the platform, ask questions, understand a use case. So, if you want to schedule a time, we're more than happy to do that. We usually schedule about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to really understand what you're looking for, what you're looking to achieve, and have some time to go a little deeper into the platform. So if you want to get in touch with us, I know on here it's got our work number, but if you want to get in touch with me, please feel free to call my cell phone at 613-299-1088. Again, it's 613-299-1088. That's be the best way to get in touch with me, which is with everything that's going on. And I'd love to have a chat and just understand what you're looking for.
Thanks for attending our presentation, guys. Happy to have you.
Thanks, guys. Take care and have a great day.